Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Grim Fandango. I, of course, am D-Rod Jenkins, and when we last left off, our hero Manny Calavera had made it to the edge of the world, where he found Meche and also Domino, and they are being held captive here in an attempt to escape. Also, Glottis was killed, so that kind of sucked, but we're going to get on with this, and we're going to try and get Meche out of here.
Come on, we're getting out of here.
Trying to steal my commission from Domino again. Manny, don't you ever give up?
I'm not after any commission. I just want to get us both out of here.
Then why don't you just ask your boss for the day off?
Can't believe you think he's my boss. He's my arch enemy.
I think he's your boss. You think he's my boyfriend. We don't seem to have a good foundation of trust in our relationship, do we?
I'm sorry I implied he was your boyfriend. I do trust you.
Well, I'm not sure I trust you about that. But I'll tell you one thing that would convince me.
Name it.
Give me your gun.
What? What makes you think I have a gun?
You work for the most heavily armed organization in the land of the dead. Don't try to tell me they didn't issue you a gun.
They didn't issue me a gun.
What, are you on probation? I'm not buying this, Manuel. Manny, why don't you come back when you're willing to deal straight with me, okay?
Okay,
Hey,
there's some other options.
Gun.
Ready to hand over your heater?
I would if I had one.
Right.
And then, this is my favorite option. We'll do this, and then we'll do the I think we need to talk.
We need to talk.
Start talking. You're the salesman.
I have a lot of explaining to do.
Save your breath. Domino's explained it all to me already.
You have a lot of explaining to do.
Me? About what?
Why did you take me out with that champagne bottle?
I told you to stop you from falling into Domino's trap. If you had made it on that ship, then you would have ended up...
Here?
Yes.
Why are you working for Domino?
I do what he asks only to protect the children.
Why are those children locked up in a cage?
With the wings those angelitos have, they're the only things on this island Domino can't control.
Hey, if they can fly, let's set the kids free to go get help.
They can't fly that far, Manny. But they can fly circles around Domino, and they can bite pretty hard.
So why did you run out of my office?
I felt so embarrassed, and you looked so disappointed in me. I couldn't stand it anymore.
Then what were you doing that whole year I was in Rubacava?
I was lost.
What did you...
I don't want to talk about that year, please.
Has Domino hurt you in any way?
Not as much as I've hurt him. Boy, can that guy take a punch.
Okay, I'll lay off the questions.
Great. Now if we could get you to just lay off the phone.
Hey, I'm a sailor now. We have to wear this stuff.
Oh, good conversation writing. I enjoy it.
I don't work for the most heavily armed organization anywhere.
You know, you're right. There are those rumors of that revolutionary army that's been stockpiling weapons.
Actually, them, I work for.
Manny, why don't you come back when you're willing to deal straight with me, okay?
Now, before we go and talk with Domino, we have to do this. Now, you notice her smoking, and you notice the ashtray. There, I think we got it. Now, let me see, Oh, there we go.
Oh, my stockings, they're ruined! And this is my hair!
That's just silly.
You try to have one nice thing on this cruel island.
Anyway, she throws them in the trash, and then we'll have to use these later for something.
Good enough for me.
What is?
Oh, the speed at which you're working.
That's nice, Manny, but you're not my boss, so really I couldn't care less.
Good. Excellent. Carry on.
So anyway, that was Meche's little conversation. And as you can see, she has a very skewed idea of what we're doing. And we'll have to clear that up later, but until then, let's go talk with Domino.
So, do you have an appointment?
I'm going in there to tell Domino my demands.
I don't think you fully understand the chain of command around here. Pugsy and BB work for you. You and I work for Domino, who works for Hector Le Mans, crime boss of El Mayo.
Well, I think it's time for a little corporate restructuring.
Okay, and here we have Domino, who is about to explain pretty much everything as to what he and Hector Le Mans and all them are doing. But one little thing I noticed when I was pre-recording this was get a load of his headphones and everything about how he's just kind of chilling out, listen to his headset, and then once he takes them off...
Domino!
Taking your first coffee break already, Calavera?
We got a score to settle, let's see.
You know, if I ever spoke to my boss Hector that way...
And so if you listen, you can faintly, very faintly hear his headphones going off, which I just thought that was really funny and just one of those details. I keep coming back to this game and figuring out new stuff about it. So anyway, let's get all this conversation going.
You killed my best friend.
The demon? Manny, you can use a demon as a driver. Let him carry your messages, let him serve you food. But you can't ever start thinking of them as friends. It's just not natural.
Aw, Dom, that's racist, man.
What are you doing out here on the edge of the world?
Oh, I know. I ask myself that every day. But I'm going to train you, Manny, to take my place here running this 2-bit light bulb factory.
How can you keep little children in a cage?
Trust me, it's easier than keeping big kids in a cage.
Why don't you just sprout me like you tried at Puerto Zapato?
That wasn't me. That was Hector. He's so unimaginative, just wants to tie up the loose ends, you know? But I believe, however, that you can be rehabilitated through honest work.
What makes you think I'm gonna work for you?
Well, there's not much to do on this island if you don't work, take it from me. And think about it. Once I'm gone, it will be just you and Meche alone on this deserted island. Don't tell me that prospect doesn't appeal to you.
I don't plan to be on this island for very long.
Manny, I have all the guns. I have all the transportation. And I have all the brains. What are you gonna do?
You and Hector set up a secret hideout to make light bulbs?
Oh no, that's just a side benefit. The real purpose is to have a place we can lock up all those old clients of mine. Can't have good people wandering loose in the land of the dead, telling everybody how we stole their double-in tickets, now can we?
You stole all these people's tickets?
Okay, how much of this haven't you figured out, Calavera? Capal would route all the good clients to me after he switched over their tickets to a secret holding fund. I'd cover up the paper trail, and we'd make sure that the pigeon jumped overboard at the Pearl.
I knew it! You were getting all the good clients.
I handled them all, except for Mercedes, who you hijacked from me in that ridiculous hot rod. Which I saw, by the way, last time I was in Rubacava. But I tell you, Manny, hot rods like that just don't look safe to me.
Nah, foreshadowing, but I won't ruin anything. Let's keep going.
So it wasn't my fault Meche didn't get a ticket. You stole it.
Well, it's your fault she ended up in the forest, instead of coming here right away. But I fixed that.
I'm taking Meche out of this dungeon.
Manny, before I found her, she spent a year out there in a petrified forest alone because of you. By comparison, I'd say I'm keeping her pretty comfortable here in my dungeon. Wouldn't you say?
One ticket for you, one for Hector. How many more do you need?
Oh, Manny, we never touch the product ourselves. We sell the ticket to unfortunate souls, unable to lead moral lives because of the crippling amount of cash they were born into.
Well, you could just take the tickets and leave today.
We found a way to make the land of the dead livable. Why would we want to leave?
Nice island you got here.
Yeah, the previous owners didn't know what they had here. Let us pick it up for a song. They scooped out all the coral they could reach with their crane and then abandoned the plant. But we knew we had what it would take to go the extra distance to the big reef.
Are you about to lecture me about the winning attitude again?
No! Slave labor, Manny. That's the real ticket to success.
Well, I gotta get back to trying to escape.
Hey, you do that, kid. Knock yourself out.
He's such a jerk, Domino. But that's pretty much the ultimate explanation of everything. So Hector LeMans and him are more or less selling double-in tickets to rich people so they can make the land of the dead livable. pretty interesting concept, I must say. Anyway, actually, we're going to take a break real fast, and once we get back, we'll explore the coral reef and try and figure a way off this little island of ours. So, until next time, guys, bye.